Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zafra991, but you can call me Jack. And today, we're starting round 3 of the Euro 75 series. We've qualified in P7 here. And as for this track choice, well, you can see up there guys, Alsace Village. This track I've never raced before, I've never even heard of before practicing for this race. So you'll see my performance on it later on, but let's start things off. Here we go, let's go. So starting in P7, gonna hopefully work our way up the grid and ideally finish better than where we started. Of course you see everyone starting there. You're starting to you know, see everyone on track. Just thought I'd throw in some fancy camera angles from here and there, so make sure you check out them. And yeah, we're pretty much gonna begin the carnage. So what we'll do before we get too far into it, make sure you subscribe if you are new, like the video if you like, dislike if you don't, comment your thoughts and share the video if you know anyone else that might be interested. And you can see this track is very clear. I'm not very familiar with it, based off of my general race pace. So who we want to be on a lookout for is Roxilla in P1 actually. Roxilla is in my car, the Porsche Cayman, so we're sharing the same vehicle. So with that said, we should, in essence, be keeping up to speed with Roxilla, but I think generally he's a faster racer and also probably knows this track and the car better than me. So, with that said, of course everyone plays an interesting role in this video. And yeah, we're currently round 3, so we're pretty much around halfway through the series. It's on an odd number and 7 rounds in total, so we're, you know, close enough to halfway through. And you're going to see here one of my weaker sections of the track. I'm not sure on any corner names, of course, as to be expected with this content, but right here I'm just not even sure where to begin. So I looked up a lot of videos online in regards to this one. I looked up kind of strategies. The only thing I didn't do was doing the actual practicing on the what do you call it, from the GT Sport kind of training program for this, for the tracks. Didn't do it for this one. I probably should have done it, but I did look up practicing. I did actually do some practicing. I got to an okay pace. I thought it was alright, but it clearly wasn't enough. Luckily the other tracks I'm more familiar with. So anyway, that's been a bit of a hectic first lap here. So let's start lap number 2. Still in P7, so we're right back to where we started again. And it looks like Gran goes wide a little bit, so we're actually going to recover some positions here in the Renault ahead. Actually got a couple of Renaults ahead, so we're going to try and stay in the slipstream here, as that's really important with this kind of race combo. So on the channel there's lots going on right now, as you probably can tell. We do have the Multi Cup in the background. We've got the Euro 75, which we're going to continue doing, going side by side with Crazy Spaniel here, maybe our rival in this series so far, but Grandpa is always going to be our rival. That's sitting in P2 right now, so hopefully we'll see him a little bit later on. But yeah, there's lots going on with the channel right now, and also the multi-class racing, which we've just recently started doing. It's all kind of lined up, so there's quite a lot going on right now, so just let me know what your favourite series is, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm loving them all. Of course, the multi-cap's already long finished now. Oh, Grandpa goes wide, so we're actually going to briefly see him. Hey Grandpa, how you doing, mate? Alright, and we've just gone past him, so alright, not too sure what's happened there, but we're going to capitalise and take P6 there, so okay, that's cool. So yeah, multi-cap is all finished. I just need to upload that and finish editing round 3 flight, which if you haven't seen, guys, I'll leave a card up the top. I'll scatter some bits throughout the video, so just make sure you check them out if you'd like to, of course. So with Crazy Spaniel, he's just about 700ths away. My terminology is a little bit poor with that. I will work on that, don't you worry, guys. But yeah, he's basically just about sticking in the slipstream here. And you're pretty much going to see everyone all together here, and we're going to eventually start seeing a train form. So hopefully we can maintain that train. We're going to, again, briefly go side by side with Crazy Spaniel here. Oh, not quite. Thought I was a little bit further ahead. Never mind, but we are now side by side. There we are. So you can see here, contactless, very nice racing here. I like it. We've been alongside Crazy Spaniel a couple of times now, more so in Brands Hatch, but a little bit in the Lego Majori. And yeah, with the channel there's lots going on right now, so just make sure obviously you subscribe if you haven't already, because there's plenty to look forward to, and I will scatter some random bits in there as well. Daily races will continue, just basically my schedule's a little bit busy again, so when I can I will be uploading them. So here we go, so still in P6 even, in starting lap 4 now, or actually in the middle of lap 4. Although we have found ourselves back down into P7, so there we go. We're just going to watch a little bit of carnage that kind of reveals itself there. Going side by side with Golf Nut Pro when he briefly goes off the track. You'll see throughout this section here, I think this loses me a lot of time. Let me know your thoughts. If you've got any tips and tricks, anything like that, just let me know. Trying to make the most out of that corner there. I think the Porsche Cayman, it's not the best on this track, but then again, Rockzilla is in first place in the Porsche Cayman, so I could be wrong. It just might be my skills and abilities. So we've got 23 laps here, and I think the optimal strategy would be 3 stints, going from mediums, softs, softs, at least for the Porsche Cayman, or maybe softs, medium, softs. However, I've opted for the alternative strat, and that's basically a 2-stop. Sorry, a 1-stop, sorry. So basically we're going to go start on the mediums as you see here, and then I think it's trying to remember the lap now. I think we're slowly approaching it. As you see, JDP Gaming goes side by side with us here. I think it's lap 11 or 12 I want to come in at. We'll see shortly anyway what I decide to do. But I'm going to come in, and from my practicing that seemed like a smart idea. However, in practice I think the 3 stints would have been smarter, so we're going to bear that in mind for Barcelona next week at Circuit de Catalunya, one of my more familiar tracks. So we've got JDP right behind us here, one of our rivals from the first series, the 3-man league cup. And of course Grandpa, who's also behind us as well. Here we go, the trio continues. So we're stuck in a slipstream here, and this is where we want to be. However, we ideally want to be ahead of JDP. So we've got something very important coming up here. So approaching that corner that I'm not really big on. And then I noticed JDP brakes very, very early, and it puts me off here. Sure, it wasn't intentional, and maybe just, you know, distracted or whichever. It was streaming at the time as well, but because of that, it actually loses me a position. So Grandpa finds his way around. Now, that was unfortunate. I probably should have kept an eye out a little bit more. But yeah, because of that early braking, I just completely lost my focus there, and obviously takes me off road. I decided to go a little bit of rallying. So Grandpa luckily gets the move on me there, which is not ideal. Our rival is beating us right now, and ideally, if I want to be coming away with anything, it's to beat him. But the series is not over yet, and we're pretty much commencing lap 8. And we've pretty much got a lot of action coming up right here. So, of course, we've started to see some new faces in this one as well, with the different lobbies, obviously with the shuffle. Every time, I think the bottom 5 in lobby 1, which we're in now, and the top 5. No, I'm not sure exactly how it's worked out. I think I went for it before, but basically there's 2 lobbies. We're in lobby 1 right now, but we have been in lobby 2 for race 1 and 2. So we're in a slightly higher ranked lobby. So I think we're doing pretty well to stay up with the pack right now, considering this is my second league I've taken part in. And this has taken quite a while to edit, because as you see, it's a longer video. I suppose about standard length for the for this kind of length of track. It looks like Data Michael goes slightly wide there, so actually goes slightly off track. And again, we're back in P7, so it's actually really handy that I selected number 7 for my car for this series here. However, after this series, it will be number 17, which you would see from the multi-class. That is my number for Race Asylum, so I'm going to be sticking with 17 from now on. Well, from every other series onwards. But yeah, at least I've got 7 on there, and of course we're in P7 right now, so maybe it's just meant to be. We'll see. Is P7 P Zafra? Maybe. So we're sticking with Data Michael here, because Data Michael qualified relatively high up, to my knowledge, at the beginning. So if we can stick with him, we might be able to gain a bit of time. You see the leader actually goes in the pits now. I believe this is the first stint, so maybe the optimal strategy here. However, Rockzilla, who was briefly who was leading the race before, has actually found himself in P9, so he's also pitted as well. JDP goes into the pits, and that's pretty much all the updates in terms of pits that we're going to see for the time being. So we're right in between Data Michael and Golf Nut Pro. You see Data Michael starting to pull away a little bit, clearly getting better lines, and that just has better understanding of this track. As I mentioned, this track, this time racing this track is the first time I've ever been here, so I suppose I can't be doing too bad for a first time, but at the same time, I do wish I had a bit more prior knowledge. But woulda, shoulda, coulda. All we can do for next time is practice even more and just work on it. Luckily, with Barcelona next week, we have been there in Group 4, and we've also been there many a time back when we used to play Assetto Corsa and even Assetto Corsa Competizione, so I feel relatively comfortable in Barcelona. So we're going to skip forward a little bit here. So, lap 9. We're side by side with Rockzilla here, and actually makes a beautiful move on me here. And as you see, just such a beautiful display of racing here. This is just true racing. And racing with Rockzilla here, really fast guy. So I wish I could have kept up. Of course, with him being in the Porsche Cayman, we can kind of follow his lines a little bit. I did watch his, I did spectate a little bit in the pre-lobby. And unfortunately he does go a bit wide here, so we're going to be back in the slipstream here for a little bit. So you see here, a couple people in the pits once again. So we got Crazy Spaniel, we got Ganel. And again, that's mostly it for updates on pits again. So you're starting to see different strategies form. We're basically having our own race here, so as you see with Rockzilla, we could have fought him maybe a little bit longer, but we don't want to slow him down. He's clearly a lot faster than us. Maybe we can work with him and start gaining some time. However, who we don't want to let past is Golf Nut Pro and JDP Gaming if we can help it. Of course, we're going to be friendly. We're going to play nice and fair. However, if we... Oh, it looks like Data Michael's actually gone wide there, so we're actually going to move up once again. So, P4. The highest we've been in this race so far, which is fantastic. So, yeah, basically, we want to try and keep it consistent, but also try not to let everyone pass. However, if they've clearly got the inside, we are going to give it to them. Unless we can fight it, of course. But we're going to keep it contactless, that's the main thing. And you see Rockzilla pulling away here, and Golf Nut Pro going for the move on the inside. I could have maybe positioned myself a little bit more defensively. However, I'll completely respect that move. That was fair enough. So there you go. Look at that side by side action. Beautiful, right there. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to just briefly find ourselves up side by side with Golf Nut Pro once again until he starts pulling away. And now I need to be careful because Data Michael behind us, a lot faster than us. Luckily he's got a little bit of time behind us yet, but never say never, of course. Anything is possible. We've still got a long way off yet, and technically not even halfway through the race, although in the video we're probably just over halfway through now. So we're maintaining a decent pace. Gran Pargo's gaming in P2. He's long gone at this point. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to battle with him, but you know, there is still time. There's still plenty of time for something to happen. So we're going to still just maintain slipstream here. You can see my tyres are starting to wear down a little bit. So still not ideal, but we're going to come in at the end of lap 12. Oh, actually, it might be the end of this lap. We'll see very shortly anyway. I believe it's the end of this lap to my knowledge. So yeah, I'm not really used to these longer races, as you can also see by the multi-class racing or the multi-class league. So I'm pretty much trying to learn on the go, but also see what's best. I think in future going to maybe stick with the longer stops. At least that way it might maybe help my tyre life and actually pushing as well. So we'll bear that in mind. So you see here Data Michael has actually been finding a lot of time on us. naturally a lot faster than us. But again, if we can maintain pace with these guys, it will actually really help us in the long run. Or in essence, it should do anyway. Okay, so Golf Nut Pro, taking a relatively nice line. I would say we both maintain that very well. And we got the long right-hander here. I'm not sure whether to maintain this in 4th or go down into 3rd. You see a couple of times, actually it might be off camera with my editing, but I do maintain it a little bit in 4th gear and then maintain it mostly in P3. I don't really know what the fastest option is. So anyway, Data Michael is side by side with us right now, and here we go again. This is my weakest corner because he actually now goes side by side with us. So not ideal. And you can see my line is a little bit compromised now, so I need to back off. And it looks like he actually gets the move done. So fair play to you, mate. In a pretty cool Netflix livery, I like that. Very nice. We're going to close that gap down, at least for a little bit anyway. And yeah, we're going to go into the pits. So you see Grandpa goes into the pits. Never mind, it is at the end of lap 12. So Grandpa's gone into the pits. I'm going to go into the pits at the end of lap 12 here. JDP briefly makes a move on me here and actually gets the move done. So that was very fair. And we are now going to go into the pits. So we're going to go onto the softs now, and we're going to slightly refuel our car. We actually want to go just slightly past the diamond, so we can fully push. There, that'll do. And you can see there we went in at 4 fuel, 4%. Now we're at 52. So we should really be able to push pretty hard here. So Data Michael and Rockzilla here. Rockzilla's just come out, so he's going to actually slow Data Michael down, which is good. And maybe we can see if they can start battling, so we can start gaining. We're in P6 right now, P Steve. Now can we work our way through the grid still? Or are we on the back foot? Well, the race still is not over. And you can see here, actually, with my tyres are pretty fresh, but with Rockzilla's much fresher, I believe. Or if not, generally just got better race pace, which is probably still the still the circumstance. So starts pulling away from me quite rapidly there. Now Data Michael and Rockzilla fighting. They're clashing like titans right here. So this works well in our favour. At least it does for a little bit of time. Rockzilla taking a slightly defensive line there. However, does pull it off very nicely. I could have got on the power a little bit sooner here to maintain my speed. However, I am trying to make sure I don't go into the back of anyone. That is the optimal. That is optimal, or optimistic of me there anyway. Can't get my words out today. Alright, so you can see they're starting to pull away. And they do have a little bit of argy-bargy. So, but again, with this corner, it just completely ruins me. It's not the only corner. I do struggle on this track, but I think now after this race, I feel a little bit better. So maybe next time when we're on it, we'll be able to do a little bit better. Anyway, so I make a mistake of going into P. I make a mistake of actually lowering my gear too early there, and actually losing me a lot of time because I get myself flustered there. So Gurnell will shortly be coming in to attack us. As you see, the gap is quickly being brought down now. It's now under a second. So sorry about that, guys. Siri just activated itself. I don't know if you heard it, but yeah. Yep. So Gurnell is back in the action. So now we've only got 4 laps left to go. So I'm kind of pondering playing defense here, kind of between defense and offense. I'm thinking of just playing it safe right now. We're going to stick on the inside, which I think was the best place to be. However, it does mean that Garnell is going to get a better exit and actually trying to make the undercut on me here. See on the radar, still maintaining a good distance. We're going to just try and brake as late as we can here. However, it does get the move on the inside me here. And yeah, pretty much just gets away with it. So nice one there, Garnell. Very nice job. So there we are. I don't think there was much I could have done. Fresher tyres and also better race pace, I believe. I think I'm the only one that opted for the 2 stints or 1 stop. At least to my knowledge, but let me know if I may be incorrect, if there's any way you guys can tell, or if not, see if any of the other racers let me know. So anyway, here we go. So lap 20. This is all getting a bit spicy now. We are going to maintain and actually start reducing that gap briefly to Ganel. But as you see here, my good corner, but not so good exit has led me to lose a lot of time. We are just about in the slipstream, but we are quickly losing it. In the Renault Megane, not the trophy. Just the Renault Megane, I think. And again, I made the mistake of going into P. I keep making the mistake of dropping my gear too early there, which is very bad. It's losing me a lot of time. But I am feeling alright. I'm feeling okay with the Porsche Cayman. I think I should definitely be able to push it more in Barcelona and the next couple of tracks. So we found ourselves in P6 with JDP right behind us here. We've only got a lap to go, or a lap and a half. JDP is quickly catching up. And the leader goes into the pits. Actually runs out of fuel completely. So that's unfortunately not going to play any effect with us, but it may affect the other racers ahead. Maybe slow them down. Maybe gives us a little bit more of a chance. But our main focus is going to be JDP Gaming right here. So here we go. Last lap. What can we expect? Well, let's keep the majority of this lap in here, all the good bits. I think that's the best way to put it. So we're going to be playing defense against JDP here, and we're going to pretty much just try and defend off as much as we can, because we're fighting for P6. So there we go. We're going to keep it pretty good here. Now at this point I was very nervous, because if I had JDP get ahead of me before that chicane, or before that tight corner, then I'd be in trouble, because I know he broke earlier. So I don't want to lose that time if I can help it. So we're going to just about maintain the lead. However, he does have the inside here, which is my mistake. I positioned myself on the wrong side of the tracks. So we're going to go side by side, and then we're going to slowly see him start driving away a little bit, leaving us in the dirt. But luckily we do have slipstream to our advantage, so we actually are going to pull in, attacking a little bit here, and just going to try and nail this corner as best as we can. Which, as you see there, unfortunately I did not do so as much as I wished. As you see, my tyres are very dead in the bottom left. And yeah, that's pretty much my last little bump before we finish the race. I was actually maintaining an okay pace. However, I do make that bump there and just lose me a lot of time. But yep, that's pretty much going to be it, guys. P7 once again. It's just our position. At least it was for this race anyway. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll take that. At least I didn't drop any positions, I suppose. That's the main thing. But I'll see you guys in the next race. See you guys there.